In the ever-evolving history of global pop culture, there are moments so powerful that they transcend language, borders, and even time zones. These are the moments that do not merely entertain but connect millions of hearts simultaneously. One such moment has recently emerged, and at its center stands Park Jimin of BTS. What began as a single dance performance has now grown into a worldwide phenomenon. Fans, critics, dancers, and casual viewers alike are calling it the dance that unites ARMY worldwide. It is chillin', emotional, technically flawless, and spiritually resonant. Across continents, cultures, and generations, Park Jimin's latest dance has become a shared experience, one that reminds the world why movement can be a universal language. This is not just a dance. This is a moment in history. A global silence before the storm. When the performance first surfaced, there was an unusual reaction online. Not chaos, not screaming headlines, but silence. A stunned silence. For a brief moment, timelines stopped moving as viewers tried to process what they had just seen. Within minutes, that silence exploded into emotion. Fans described chills running down their spines. Some admitted to crying without fully understanding why. Others replayed the performance dozens of times, convinced they had missed something hidden in the details. This was not the reaction to flashy choreography or explosive beats. This was something deeper, something that reached into the emotional core of the audience. Park Jimin did not just perform. He communicated. Park Jimin, the artist beyond the idol. For years, Park Jimin has been recognized as one of the most expressive performers in the global music industry. Trained in contemporary and modern dance before debuting with BTS, Jimin has always carried a unique relationship with movement. His dance style is not about dominance or aggression. It is about vulnerability, precision, and emotion. What separates Jimin from many performers is his ability to tell a story without words. His body does not simply follow choreography. It breathes with it. Every extension of his arm, every pause, every controlled tremble feels intentional, as if guided by an invisible emotional script. This latest performance cements what many already believed. Park Jimin is not just an idol who dances. He is a dancer who uses the stage as a canvas. The performance that changed everything. The choreography itself is deceptively simple at first glance. There are no excessive backup dancers, no overwhelming stage effects, no distractions. The focus is entirely on Jimin. And that focus is precisely what makes the performance so powerful. From the opening moment, his presence commands attention. His movements flow between softness and intensity, between restraint and release. 1 second, he appears fragile, almost weightless. The next, his movements cut through the air with sharp clarity. Viewers around the world noted how the dance felt cold and warm at the same time, hence the phrase spreading rapidly online. Chillin' but burning. It is rare for a performance to balance such emotional contrasts so seamlessly, yet Jimin does exactly that, drawing viewers into a space where vulnerability and strength coexist. Why ARMY feels united by this dance. ARMY is one of the most diverse fan bases in the world. Different languages, religions, political views, and cultural backgrounds coexist under one name. What unites them has always been BTS's message. But this dance added a new layer to that unity. Fans from South America described feeling seen. Fans from Europe called it hauntingly familiar. Fans from Asia spoke of cultural resonance. Fans from Africa and the Middle East described it as pure emotion without borders. No translations were needed, no explanations required. In fan communities, people began sharing personal stories, how the dance reminded them of loss, healing, growth, or self-acceptance. Some said it helped them process emotions they had been suppressing for years. This is why many now say, this dance did not just go viral, it connected souls. A masterclass in musical interpretation. One of the most discussed aspects of the performance is Jimin's musicality. Rather than dancing to the music, he dances within it. His movements often anticipate the sound rather than react to it, creating a sense of inevitability, like the dance and the music were born together. Dance professionals online praised his control of dynamics, timing, and breath. Every pause feels deliberate. Every acceleration feels earned. There is no wasted movement. What truly impressed experts, however, was his emotional consistency. From start to finish, Jimin maintains a narrative arc. He does not break character. He does not allow technique to overpower feeling. This balance is extraordinarily difficult and extraordinarily rare. The emotional aftermath online. Hours after the performance was released, social media platforms were flooded with reactions. Hashtags related to Jimin trended worldwide, not just in one region, but simultaneously across multiple countries. Short clips were reposted millions of times. Reaction videos multiplied. Fans created slow-motion analyses, emotional edits, and even written essays interpreting the meaning behind each movement. One recurring comment appeared again and again. This didn't feel like a performance. It felt like a confession. Others wrote that watching Jimin dance felt like being invited into his inner world, a place of quiet strength, hidden pain, and profound beauty. Cultural impact beyond K-pop. What makes this moment even more significant is how far it has reached beyond traditional K-pop audiences. Dance communities, contemporary performance artists, and even academic discussions on movement and expression have begun referencing the performance. Some choreographers described it as a bridge between idol dance and contemporary art. Others called it a reminder that pop performance can be high art. This crossover impact further reinforces the idea that Jimin's dance is not confined to fandom culture. It exists in a larger artistic conversation, one about emotion, identity, and the human body as a storytelling instrument. Park Jimin's quiet power. Unlike many viral moments driven by shock or controversy, this one grew through quiet admiration. Jimin himself did not aggressively promote the performance. There were no dramatic interviews explaining its meaning, no forced narratives. He let the dance speak. This restraint only amplified the impact. Fans felt trusted to interpret the performance on their own terms, creating a deeply personal connection. In an era where oversharing is common, Jimin's silence became part of the art. The legacy of this performance. Years from now, when fans look back on defining moments in BTS's journey and in Park Jimin's individual artistry, this dance will stand as a milestone. Not because it broke records, though it may, but because it reminded people of something essential. That art can heal. That movement can speak louder than words. That one person, standing alone on a stage, can unite millions across the globe. More than a dance, a shared memory. As ARMY continues to grow and evolve, moments like this become emotional anchors, shared memories that bind the fandom together. This performance is already being referenced as that dance, the one everyone remembers exactly where they were when they first watched it. In living rooms, bedrooms, cafes, and subway stations around the world, people pressed play and felt something shift inside them. That is the true power of Park Jimin. Conclusion. The dance that belongs to everyone. Chillin'. Park Jimin's dance is being called the one that unites ARMY worldwide. Is not an exaggeration. It is an observation of a real emotional phenomenon unfolding in real time. This dance belongs to no single country, no single culture, no single interpretation. It belongs to everyone who felt something while watching it. And in a world that often feels divided, that unity, born from art, movement, and sincerity, is nothing short of extraordinary. Now,